Hello, welcome to your Concepts of Physics course. Let's talk a little bit about haiku. This is what your haiku page should look like, not with all of the stuff on top, just ignore that for a second. It'll look something like this. And ignore the stuff on the left where you can see second and third trimester, you can't see any of that. So here's kind of the start page. We went through it in class, but we'll look at these things again, kind of item by item. Here's the start of the year survey, which you should have filled out. Here is the hilarious video I showed you with a scene from Shrek. In this area, there will be links to the OneNote notebooks. They are not currently live, but they will be soon. Here is the syllabus. It is useful. I highly recommend reading it. Here are the lab report guidelines. We haven't talked about them yet, but if you want to start worrying about that, you should read them. In this general area, we will have announcements. When there's something to announce, it will appear in this box. In this general area, you can see any tweets from the Ellis Physics Twitter account. A lot of the times it's just, stuff, pandas, things. I don't know. Look at them from time to time. I think it's not too bad. So, on a daily basis, what you're going to want to do is head over and find the current topic that we're doing. So right now we're doing Fermi problems and unit conversions. We're going to check out this page. Here you can see the unit discussion. So this is, everyone can post in here, everyone can see what you post in here. This is the Fermi problems discussion. This you have to post in here for participation credit. Okay? I can see your post, you can see your post, no one else can see your post. You can tell any of the screencasts, these are the things that you have to watch. Usually going to say screencast, usually going to be in my, terrible handwriting. Other things, don't have to, but usually here because they're useful or interesting, such as this Matlock-themed hot dog problem. In addition, you will find that there will be homework. It'll pop up in a box labeled homework. I pointed at the box even though you can't see my finger. I'm sorry. That was silly of me. There will also be a box later titled Solutions. You can guess what goes in there, I'm guessing. Now, let's look at the other pages here. We have the calendar. So, again, weird things. You can see all of the sections, so ignore that for a bit. You can see here when a discussion opens. You can also see when a discussion closes. You cannot post in this discussion thread after that point, and you should be posting in it before you come to class on these days. The reason it closes at that point, that's just the default time, and it's going to close eventually. You can see when there are quizzes. There are not, 3 quizzes, there's just 3 sections, so that. Other homework will show up there. This will be populated as you see it. You probably won't go to this view a lot, but, it's here in case you want to. Under the Connect tab, if for whatever reason you want to look at any of the announcements just kind of on their own, if you need to quickly find any of the discussion threads, if you need to go to the Dropbox to submit a file, I don't know when you would go to the inbox. If you need to find a poll, because we had a poll, I've never had a poll on a page, but maybe this will be the year in which a poll will go on a page and you could go to that poll on that page from here instead. Who knows? Or if there are wiki projects, which maybe we'll use this year. Who knows? The future is an unknown quantity. This can also be an interesting place. The big things I'd want to draw your attention to, though, are attendance and grades. Attendance, shockingly enough, shows if I had you in class. Your grades, however, you can see all of them in this course, so we're not going to look at you because we're going to look at Ms. Reckless, who for purposes has volunteered to be a student. I didn't publish her grade. That defeats this example. Oh well. So we can see that you have 5 categories: participation, homework, classwork, quizzes, and tests. And as grades come out, they'll pop into these areas where it currently says no entries. You'll see when it was due, you'll see what percent you got, you'll see what points you got on it, and what that comes out as a letter grade. And then each of these categories will give you the running total, and your cumulative grade will pop up top. So this is some good place to pay attention to. If anything seems out of line, or if you notice an error, tell me quickly. Sometimes my fat fingers can hit the wrong key, and we can fix that, sooner rather than later. So, Hopefully this helps you figure out kind of what things are going on and where to look for stuff. If you have any questions, please, as always, let me know.